Hi guys, on this week's video, we put up a Unaka rack, a wind fairing, and 600 watts of solar. Now we're gonna put in a flooring. Yeah, push me.
What's going on, guys? In this week's video, we put up a Unaka roof rack. I love the low profile of the Unaka roof rack. And this is the first one I've done where we put the wind fairing on the front. And I think we're in agreement. It looks nice. It really does look nice. When I first got it, it felt kind of flexible, kind of, I wasn't sure about it, but a very clean install, and it really looks good up there. We've got 3 200-watt rich solar panels. They are monocrystalline, total of 600 watts that are gonna be coming in, feeding her Blue Eddy AC300. The ceiling is up, the lights are in, and we're gonna work on a floor today.
Yeah, we're gonna get a floor done today. It's only 8 o'clock at night.
All right, guys, so I made this floor pattern so that we could use it for a cover on the floor and to help us when we go to cut these pieces. So we've got the first 2 rows laid out because the rest of it's pretty straight. So the first 2 rows, the last 2 rows, we're gonna use this pattern, and then this pattern is gonna protect her floor while we do the rest of the build. Guys, that's a wrap. It is installed, and we did not have one single piece extra. It was the exact number. All right, guys, it is getting colder here in the shop. We are surrounded by metal walls that the cold is just coming through. I just went and picked up a pellet stove. So we're gonna get that installed and plugged in and get some pellets in it. It's a Cleveland pellet stove by Ironworks, and we're gonna get that thing hooked up. I'm putting Gracie's bunk windows in, and I want to give you guys some tips and pointers if you are hesitant about putting your own windows in, about putting your fan in. Here's some tips that are going to make it easier for you. So finding the right location for your fan or your windows is the first thing that you want to do. Most clients, most people that are building out their own vans, they already know where they want it. One of the things that I do want to suggest is there are supports on the side of the van. When you're putting in those long bunk windows, they're about 35 inches, try to only cut one of those supports. Take this back one out or the next one forward out. Be very careful. If you pull it out too quick, you can bust those welds with just a chisel and a hammer. But when you pull that away from the wall, pull it real easy. The metal on these vans are super thin, which makes it easy to cut, but it also makes it easy to leave a little divot in the steel. So when you pull that off, be real gentle pulling it away. It's got some adhesive, like foam adhesive on it. Put some counter pressure on that, pull that away so it doesn't leave a divot. And then you've got an area ready for your install. Put a little spray paint on the exposed metal, and then you're ready to make a pattern. There's an area on the fan in the windows that goes through the metal. You want to make your pattern, you want to trace that, and you're literally just make it like 1/8 of an inch extra on both sides so that you don't have to force the window or the fan in there. Once you get your pattern made for your fan or your window, now you want to find the center spot. If it's a Maxxair fan and you are a fantastic fan and you've got a 14 by 14 or maybe an AC unit, draw an X on the cardboard. Just put your level on one side, put it on the other, draw an X. That's the center point. On the windows, it's a little bit different. Measure your window, divide it by 2, measure the width, divide it by 2. That's your center point on the window. Once you find your center point on the window, you can bring it in and line it up to where you want it, measure down on both sides. What I do is I drill a hole and I then take my pattern to the outside, put it up on the van, level it, and then I put painter's tape around there because you don't want that jigsaw to leave marks on the outside of your van. It's easier to cut on the outside than on the inside. So that's the second tip. The third tip is using the right blade. Vans, this is thin metal. Thin, surprisingly thin metal. When you go to the jigsaw department, there's a package that says thin metal. That's the one you want. You don't want your jigsaw bouncing all around and tugging you. Don't fight your jigsaw. Drill your pilot hole, put your jigsaw blade in it, and just put firm pressure up against your van and trace your marker mark, and it's really that simple. Get a second helper, and as soon as you're almost all the way done cutting, have that person hold that steel so that you don't have to, it doesn't fall, and it's gonna vibrate a whole lot less if you've got somebody holding it. All right, so the windows are in, and we went ahead and finished the framing around it and completed the insulation, and we're ready to put some wallboards up.
Hi guys, on this week's video we put up 600 watts of solar, a Unaka rack, and we're gonna be building a Hi guys, on this week's video we're gonna be working on this 2023 Dodge ProMaster.
What's going on, guys? In this week's video, we're gonna be working, hang on, I just spit all over the camera.
All right, this week on, shut up.
We'll see you guys on the next video.